everyone, welcome to Instrument Names by Category and Function. All right, I have some instruments here and I'm going to hold them up and I'm going to let you know what their name is. So right here we have an Army Navy retractor. Now an Army Navy is a handheld retractor. It has one side that is a little bit longer than the others. This one's shorter, this one's longer, okay? So it's an Army Navy handheld retractor. Handheld means that we have to actually hold it while it's placed in the patient, as opposed to a retractor that is mechanically held open. Here we have our Richardson retractor. Richardson retractors come in different sizes. Typically they get a little wider and longer as they get bigger. This is a small. There's medium, there's large, there's extra large. This is a Deaver. It is another handheld retractor. It is a large handheld retractor, right? And it comes in different widths. It can come in widths that are skinnier, so thinner than this one, and even larger. This is a ribbon retractor, also known as a malleable retractor. Malleable means it can bend in any direction and it holds its shape. Okay, these come in different widths as well, so it comes very small and skinny, and it can just get longer, wider, just different sizes that it comes in. So again, this is a ribbon and it can bend and hold its shape. Okay. Next is the Hassan, also known as an S retractor. It has a shape of an S. This is typically used when inserting a Hassan or a trocar while doing minimally invasive surgery in the abdomen. And we have a Sen. A Sen is a small handheld retractor, and it has different ends. One end is flat, kind of like an Army Navy, and the other end has little fingers, like a claw. It's kind of like a small rake retractor. That's a Sen. Now, this next group of instruments I'm going to show you are all going to be ringed instruments. Okay? Ringed instruments are instruments that have finger holes on them. Okay? The fingers that go into these are the ring finger and the thumb, like so. Okay? When they're passed into a surgeon's hand, they're passed closed. So it goes into the palm of their hand. They put their thumb and ring finger in. When it is getting processed and goes on the stringer, the ratchets are open. We don't want them closed. Okay? So this first one is going to be a non-penetrating towel clamp, also known as an Edna. Non-penetrating, meaning that it is not sharp, it should not penetrate. And this can be categorized as accessories. So we have different categories here, but these all have rings. So I'm showing you instruments that would go on the stringer. Next is going to be our penetrating towel clamp, also known as a backhouse. Now, this one has sharp teeth that come together. These are helpful when holding towels together when draping. When towels go under the drape for squaring off, this is a great instrument for that. Next we have a mosquito. A mosquito is a small clamp as opposed to a Kelly, Cryle, tonsil. This is the short one. A gnat is even smaller than a mosquito. This one's a mosquito. It does come in curved or straight options. Next we have our Kelly. Our Kelly is slightly longer than a mosquito. And when you open up the Kelly, the inside of the jaw is going to have serrations that go half the length of the jaw. A Cryle and a Kelly can look pretty much the exact same. They can be the exact same size. They can look very similar. These both come in straight or curved options. But the difference is, like I said with the Kelly, where the serrations go halfway through the jaw, the Cryle, the serrations extend the full length of the jaw. So that's how you tell a Kelly and a Cryle apart. Here we have an Alice forceps. Okay, it's a grasping forceps. It has little serrations at the tip. Looks like so. There is also an Alice Adair option where it just has a wider tip as opposed to the smaller Alice. It looks the same, it just has a thicker tip. This is a coker. This is a curved coker. Cokers also come in a straight option. Cokers, you can tell them very easily. They have these gnarly teeth, and they are good for grasping fascia or grasping muscle, grasping. Okay, so we can put this on fascia, pull up. It is traumatic. Okay, we have our Babcock. Our Babcock, when it is clamped down, there is an area where structures can go right through it, right? Like a fallopian tube, you can grasp a fallopian tube with this without damaging or crushing the fallopian tube if it goes right in the middle. Okay, that's a Babcock. Next, we have a tonsil. Tonsil looks similar to a Kelly or a Crile, although it is longer, and it can come in different lengths as well. It can be extra long. If you look from the tip to the box lock, and then the box lock to the rings, the box lock to the rings is very long, okay, as opposed to the jaw of the instrument. That's kind of what sets it apart, and that's how I remembered it when I was just starting out with instruments. Right here we have a mixture right angle. Okay, a mixture right angle is thicker in the jaw as opposed to a Dietrich right angle. So if it's heavier, if it's thicker, it's more likely a mixture. These do come in different lengths, so they can come longer for going deeper into a body cavity. Okay, when this is passed, the curve of the instrument goes with the curve of the hand. We have a forest or sponge stick. These come in different lengths. They also come in straight or curved. Okay, these are great for making sponge sticks, for grasping onto the uterus, stop bleeders. Forester. Now for suturing, we have a Mayo Hagar. This is a needle holder or a needle driver. This is what we attach our needle to and suture with. Inside of Mayo Hagars, I know this is going to be maybe hard to see, but there's like a little indent, like a little cup almost, inside the jaw. We have curved Mayo scissors. Curved Mayo scissors are heavy, meaning they are thicker. These can be used to dissect through dense tissue, such as tendon, fascia, muscle. This can also be used to cut drape or other items, bandages if needed. And then we have our Metzenbaum scissors. Our Metzenbaum scissors are delicate dissecting scissors. Okay, they're for more delicate tissue, going around organs, dissecting around veins, arteries. They're very commonly used, very popular. For grasping and holding, we're going to start with adze and forceps. And these adze and forceps are adze and forceps smooth because they don't have anything except for small serrations in the jaws and the tips. Next, we have adze and forceps with teeth. Now I know that these ones are with teeth because inside they have teeth. There's one tooth on one side and two on the other so that they can bite down. Next is tissue forceps with teeth. These are heavier than the Adsons with teeth. They have bigger teeth. Next is a DeBakey. DeBakeys come in different lengths. I can tell it's a DeBakey because of the serrations on the inside. There are 2 serrations going up and down. It's probably hard to see on my camera, but grab yours and you'll see, or grab a pair and take a look inside the DeBakey jaw. These are bayonets, bayonet forceps. They work really well in ENT. The curve of them helps keep the surgeon's hand out of the view sight. These are Russian forceps. The inside of the tip of these forceps looks like a bear paw. Okay. These are great for grabbing out dense tissue, typically in the uterus, but can be used wherever a surgeon's preference. These might look like DeBakeys on the outside, but when looking inside here, inside the jaw, we have serrations that are going from side to side instead of up and down, and there are a lot of them. These are dressing forceps. Dressing forceps. These are called Ferris-Smith. They are heavy. They are for suturing or grasping on thick, dense tissue, typically used to close the fascia in the abdomen or in the chest. These do have nice big teeth. Ferris-Smith. These last few instruments I just had 4, so I put them on the same slide as other. So the first 2 are knife handles, so they're sharps cutting. We have a number 3 knife handle, and we have a number 7 knife handle. You can see the difference, right? The number 3 is shorter, and all in all, it is very symmetrical. The number 7 is longer, it is slender, and it has different curve points. These 2 different knife handles do hold the same blades. So the blades will get attached up here. These are reprocessed. The blades that attach to them are not. They are one-time use. And then we have suction, so suctioning. We have our yank hour suction. So I have here a disposable. So anytime you see plastic, it's disposable, meaning a single-use item. Okay, so the shape of this is a yank hour. It would hook to a suction tubing and used. And then we have our pool suction, and this pool suction is pool suction angled because it has this little angle at the end instead of being straight. Now, something to note, when you receive this in your pan or when you process it, it needs to be apart. This comes in 2 pieces. It needs to be reprocessed in 2 pieces. So when it gets to the surgical table, it should look like this. We're going to count both pieces before putting it together for use. Okay? For metal yank hours, not the plastic, but metal, a lot of times the tips come off. If the tips do come off, they need to be processed off. So when they come to the surgical field, the surg tech will put them on. But if they're processed together, they're processed incorrectly. Tips for success when it comes to instruments. I understand that it can be overwhelming when you have all these instruments, a lot of them look the same or have very similar functions, and you need to remember all of them. It is very important. I promise you can do it. If I can do it, you can do it, okay? What you need to do is practice, okay? Take your time. Practice them. Match your physical instruments with flashcards. Create your own flashcards if you want. Make games for yourselves. Practice your instruments within their categories so that you can have a smaller group of instruments to study at a time. These are all just suggestions. And once you get out into the field, you're going to get your hands on them every day. You're going to be using them every day. I say study as much as you can before you go out, but once you go out there, you're going to continuously be learning, and strengthening your knowledge behind every single one of them, and you will get it. You will. If you have any questions, please reach out to me at any time. I'm happy to answer any questions you might have about any instrument or category or how to pronounce the name of the instrument. I am here for you. Thank you so much. Thank you for taking the time to watch this presentation. I hope you found it helpful. Again, if you have any questions, do not hesitate to reach out.